By Azura, are they gone? Are my goods safe? I hope you aren't implying anything about the quality of my wares. Still, that's good to hear. Hopefully we can get out of here now. I don't want to spend another minute than necessary in this wretched place. A couple days. Do you know how much that's going to cut into my profits? Not to mention it'll mean we're liable to get caught up in the next disaster that strikes this place. Well, I guess we could stay a little while longer. The road will be safer with the both of you anyway. No more than 2 days, though. I'm operating on razor-thin margins here as it is. Since we'll be staying a few nights, I'm going to see if there's a bed in this place someone didn't die in recently. Well, I guess this is where we part ways.
He's practically glued to
I think
those
I'll
dusty
stock up
tummy
here
hooks.
before heading west
All things
towards
done
Hammerfell.
well.
What's wrong with
Seems
you?
to be a lot of opportunities there these days. Here's your pay, 400 gold. I wouldn't bother counting it. It's all there. And written about that thing we discussed.
Worry not. Your good deeds won't go unmentioned. I'll be sure to tell my father all about the help you provided next I write to him.
Good, good. Well, don't feel the need to linger on my behalf.
Some wine,
You two
please?
should be off.
Coming right up.
Sorry for being such a poor traveling companion the past few days. I hope you didn't take my brooding personally. I just needed some time to think things over.
Greetings, Gore. That arbor
Oh,
looks like it could use a
I guess that's true. Sorry. I'm just not used to being on the receiving end of sympathy. My fault for putting on a brave face, I suppose.
To be more specific. If you want someone's business, point out the stain.
Just scraps of inane ramblings.
Blood on them.
Most of it was utter nonsense, but one passage mentioned something of note. It said something to the effect of, "Weep not for the harvested, for they shall know salvation when one with the taskmaster." It's somewhat concerning you know that, but I'll refrain from prying for now. Honestly, I should have suspected his foul stench was involved in this. Nothing about that plague in Sacriel felt natural. His followers are a vile blight on this world, so I'd say we did well ridding Tamriel of some of their filth. It's just a shame we couldn't have acted a little earlier. I wouldn't want to burden you with my problems. Besides, it's a bit personal. Are you always this persistent when meddling in others' affairs? Perhaps you're right, though. If nothing else, it might be good to hear these thoughts spoken aloud. So, this has actually been on my mind for longer than just the past few days. I think it's been smoldering for a while, actually, but it only came to the fore when Sacriel's head priestess passed a few weeks ago. Her name was Kalia, an unassuming old woman, but one of the most gifted healers I've ever met. I once saw her labor for 2 days to bring a feverish mother-to-be back from the edge of death. I'd thought for certain she was going to die, but somehow Kalia managed to save both her and her child. She made me realize that there were other ways one could serve the divines, some nobler than the sword. Which is why it's a cruel joke the gods saw it fit to take her and leave someone like me when so many were sick and dying. Were it a band of brigands, I could do something, but a plague! I can barely even cast a basic healing spell. I know the priests say the divines have a plan for each of us. It's probably what Kalia would be telling me now were she here, but I just don't think I believe that anymore. Perhaps the gods truly are dead. Somehow the thought is more comforting than they simply not caring. I mean, I did what I could, but I don't think my efforts made much difference. I certainly wasn't as useful as Kalia would have been. If the gods were truly watching over us, the choice of who to save would have been obvious. Thanks for trying to comfort me, though. I'm going to think this over a little longer. I'll let you know if I need your ear again in the future. I'll admit the thought crossed my mind. As outlandish as it sounds, I can't see any other way of explaining what you experienced. Whatever the case, I suppose it's comforting to think that if the Divines aren't watching over me, at least someone is. Oh? Are we leaving so soon? I was hoping to stay by the fire a little while longer. I've only just begun to warm up after that frigid trek across the Gerald Mountains. I'm glad to see not all of Skyrim is that harsh, but even this village is a little colder than I'm accustomed to. Can't say I've ever had the inclination to, mostly due to the climate. I grew up on the Gold Coast. My Colovian blood really isn't suited for all this snow and ice. Don't worry though, I'll try to keep my complaints about the cold to a minimum. Wouldn't you rather talk to me a bit longer anyways? Besides, there's actually one more matter I wanted to discuss with you first. I don't know how to phrase this without possibly offending you, so I'm just going to say it bluntly. If you intend to kill innocents, steal or otherwise commit unsightly acts, I'd ask you to do so far from my gaze. Regardless of how I feel about the gods right now, I have no intention of going against my morals. Well, I suppose you can partake in a little murder and thievery. Everything in moderation, after all. Seriously, though, just don't make me regret swearing that oath to you. Anyway, I think that's delayed us long enough for me to regain feeling in my toes, at least. If we really must leave the comfort of this inn, I suppose I'm ready when you are. What in oblivion was that?
Have you seen Lucan lately? He's practically glued to those dusty rubber books. All thanks to Valentine, I'm sure.
While I'm glad we put an end to whatever that necromancer was planning, I pray that's the last we'll see of Meridia. I'd rather these little chats in the sky not become a regular occurrence. Honestly, I didn't have any issues with the task she gave us. It was more her attitude I found unpleasant. I had vainly hoped it might improve once the deed was done, but it's foolish to expect Daedra to change, I suppose. At least she didn't ask us to kill anyone who didn't deserve it. That can hardly be said of most interactions with Daedric princes. Anyways, I can't help but notice she let you keep Dawnbreaker. Kind of hard not to with that blinding light it's giving off.
The killer of kings, on the day of your death we will drink and we'll sing.
As divine as it looks, I can't blame you. That being said, I'd hesitate before trying to give it back to Meridia. The way she normally ends conversations is unpleasant enough. I don't want to know what she'd do if you actually angered her. It's probably best just to throw it in a chest somewhere and forget about it. I'm sure Meridia will reclaim it after some time regardless. Anyways, if we're done here, I'd like to find somewhere to wash up. I don't know if you've noticed, but we smell like an old crypt. I had a few guesses about who Delphine really is, but I certainly didn't expect her to be a former blade. I can see how she survived this long, though. Her paranoia would make even Pelagius III blush. With that being said, I doubt the Thalmor are particularly interested in the Blades anymore. The Empire dissolved what was left of their order decades ago. Whatever threat they once posed to the Dominion has passed. That probably isn't apparent to Delphine, though. The tree remembers what the axe forgets, after all. I think so. The Blades may have been disbanded, but there are many in Cyrodiil who still remember them fondly. That's not to say working with Delphine won't be difficult. You've seen how she is. Still, I think she's our best option if we want to figure out what's really happening here. The Nine only know how many more trials the Greybeards intend to put you through before they tell us anything. I doubt that's a coincidence. It must be important in some way. I imagine this won't be the last time we see that dragon. If it can raise other dragons from the dead, it'll need to die too. It'll be interesting to see how she plans to infiltrate the Thalmor embassy. Such a location will not be lightly guarded. So long as it involves killing Thalmor, I won't be opposed.
Anything you need?
Couldn't she just teleport us to the ground? Why does she always have to drop us? Want me to cover the room tonight? Here. I could carry some of that gold for you. I can't promise I won't spend any, though. So be it.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy.
It would be a shame if we did all this just for her to get captured a fortnight from now.
I've been doing this a long time, remember? While the Thalmor have been looking for me, I've been watching them.
Not the worst either, to be honest.
The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions? Sounds good. Be careful.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red. Came riding to Whiterun from old Warwick's stead, and the braggart did swagger there.
Stop, thief!
Good. Growing restless.
Ah, good to see you again. How'd that delivery go? Quite a climb, wasn't it? Anyway, much appreciated. Here, take this for your troubles. Thanks again for the legwork.
Quite a bit of gold for such a task, especially considering Klimek doesn't seem to get anything out of it. He must have a lot of respect for the Greybeards. We could always hunker down somewhere warm until the snow passes. No? I'm surprised anything can grow in these conditions. I assumed that Windhelm would have imported most of its food from the southern holds. What a day, huh? Oh wait, it's not even noon yet.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore. Sure. Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you? Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim. If you've been listening to me, I'm not going back there. Well, a man's got to make a living after all. Fine. We'll cast off immediately. Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock. Outlander, state your intentions. You've picked one of the worst places in Morrowind to do that, but suit yourself. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? Have to be. As second counselor, security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second counselor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles, but when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle, make this island livable, We're proud to call it home. I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. I'm not sure. Geologist, I'm starting to wonder what happened.
We were delayed by bad weather. Or you even
Something on your mind? Until next time.
Miss? I'll give you. Try and decide.
Looking for any potions? Ingredients? Alchemical supplies?
You haven't seen Precious Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. You haven't seen Crescius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, they don't exactly grow on look, if you see Crescius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Find my pickaxe yet? You tell Crescius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else...
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Mirek. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Mirek's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. That's very far from ourselves.
Yeah? Let's keep moving.
Road never near to us. I'll catch you!